And I've been suffering from kidney disease since 2012, but I take good care of myself. I watch what I eat, how much I eat, and I've been doing pretty well on it. My sugar is usually between 5 and 8. So I had this diabetes, and he come and told me, and he left me next day. He come and give me heck, because the nurses told him I was crying. Nah, I didn't like it because I didn't want to have a sickness. And he said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you crying?" He said, "Because you said I had that sickness." I said, "I don't like to have a sickness." I said, "I've never been sick in my life before," I said. And he said, "Lorraine, smarten up." He said, "You can control this disease that you have." He said, "Just be happy I didn't tell you you have cancer. That one, there's no cure found for it yet," he told me. He said, "See the difference?" He said, "This that you have, you can be in control of it with diet and how much insulin and stuff you take. No matter how much you cry or what you do," he said, that's a disease that you have. Your kidneys are failing," he said. "But they're not too bad right now if you take control of it now," he said. "Take care of yourself." Now that was in 2012 and it's 23 and I'm still here. So I must be doing something right. I left the reserve when I was 16 years old and I never looked back. The nurse got me a job at Indian Hospital and I went to work there and I loved it. I wore a nurse's uniform, white, but I was doing bedpans and fixing beds and learning from the nurses. But I knew how to make beds because I went to a boarding school in Manitoba. I learned lots at the boarding school. Then when I went to work at the hospital, it helped. I loved it because it was all Indian people in there, patients and everything from the surrounding reserves. I got to meet a lot of people there, got to know a lot. And I'm very fluent in my Cree language, eh? And they like that, talking to them, eh? But anyway, those are some of my memories of my first time working. When we were younger, we drank lots. That's probably what did us in, my husband and I both. We drank a lot when our children were starting a family, and that wasn't right. But we quit. We drank for quite a few years, and then as they were getting a little older, the children, I went for help. I left him, put myself in a dry-out center there for 30 days. About a week later, he followed me. That man was sober 32 years before he died. And our life changed for the better. We had a good life after that. Even my daughter talks about that. She said, "You know what, Mom?" She said, "When you and Dad quit drinking, our life changed. That's when I was so happy. That's when I really got to know my dad and you," she said. But from there on, I worked. I went through so many different jobs. I used to go around to different houses, washing clothes and ironing clothes, scrubbing the floors, cleaning, doing housework. They'd either give me food or cash. That way I took care of my kids. I fed my kids. Because I couldn't leave them. I couldn't afford a babysitter. They were small, eh? But we survived. I worked hard those days. I've always worked hard. I worked in the school for 13 and a half years as a guidance counselor. I'm never retired. I'm still out there trying to help here and there and everywhere with everything. Anything going on, I'm there. Go try do what I can, offer my help. Anything that happens at the school, I go see if I can help in any way or just even be there just to support, you know. I'm still driving. I still have my drivers. I have my van. I've always bought my own vehicles all my life. I was independent, stubborn. I have lots of support. My children all support and love me. I know, because I feel the love. My grandchildren, My great-grandchildren, I have lots of them. My daughter over here in the next street, she had 9 kids. They're all grown up. They're all having families and getting married, and everybody loves Lorraine. Let's just put it that way. I have lots of friends here, all down the street here. And if I don't go to church, they get concerned, that I'm sick or something, and then they'll, "Are you okay?" Yeah. I did have a very good life. Yeah, I have a lot of good memories. There's a big table there where we all sat around, and there was a person talking to us there. Yeah, that was a few years ago, about 3, 4 years ago. I learned that I can't have too much salt, for one thing, and make me thirsty and all that if I use too much salt. So I started using less salt. I still use salt, but I don't use as much as I used to. Think about taking their insulin on time and everything like that. Take good care of them. Watch what much they eat and what they eat to help themselves. Nobody can do it for them. They have to do it for themselves. They're not children, they're adults. Just think about yourself. How can I help myself? Nobody can do this for me. I have to do it. This is, psych yourself up. You can do it if you do that. It's just like an alcoholic that wants to quit drinking. I know that. I'm an alcoholic myself. I'm always one drink away from a drunk because I was an alcoholic. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I was. But I'm not anymore. But still, that's my title for the rest of my life. I'm an alcoholic. So don't drink. Stay away from alcohol. Live a good life, a good, clean life. Go to church. Turn your life over to God. And you can have a beautiful life if you believe in Holy Father and the Holy Spirit. They'll guide you. You'll be happy, like I'm happy. I'm happy with my life because I gave my life to the Lord. I believe in it strongly. I pray every morning. I stand at my window and I pray out there. Sometimes I cry. I pray for the community to take it easy on salt and stuff like that and drink lots of water. That's what I'm doing now. I even take water to bed with me, and that's all gone by morning. I drink less coffee and less tea. I just try and take better care of myself. Well, it's working. I'm still here. I'm 84. And I lost a lot of weight. Yeah, that's what I like. The dietitian helped me lots at the hospital, talked to me. I went and asked him about that. And she gave me a lot of info. My son's diabetic too now. So I guess it must run in the family because his dad was a diabetic too, and me, both of us. So normally I suppose my kids will get it too, but he knows. I put all the info up there. He sees everything. I put it there for his benefit. It's on the fridge. These doctors should take that out to the reserves and talk to the chief and ask if you could do a presentation in the halls. They all have halls, and get the people to go there and to learn about this sickness and everything. That would be really awesome if you go to the reserves and ask the chief if you can do this, or the health worker. They have health centers in the reserve. Make home visits. That would be nice. Makes you feel good to know that people care enough to travel to come and see you and ask you questions about this. And if it can help others, it would be wonderful. for them to realize that people care about their sickness. For information would be wonderful. And about diet, what they're eating. I try to find out how they're eating, what they're eating. And if they're eating wrong, let them know. Let them know in a nice way, this is not helping you. It's making your sickness worse. Like a lot of fatty foods are not good for you and this and that. They don't realize that. A lot of them like fried food and everything. I used to like that too, but I don't now. I broil food or, I boil it. I eat a lot of boiled food. They asked me, what will you do when you have to go on dialysis? I said, nothing. I said, when the good Lord wants me back, I said, I'll go. I said, I'm not going to live by no machine, I told them. I'd rather go. I'm 84 years old, so what more life do I want? So I told my children here, yes, I told them that I'm not going for dialysis. I said, when I start that I can't do nothing, I said, just let me go. I'll be fine. I've lived a long life, a full life. I've seen a lot. Like when it's my time to go and God calls me home, I'm going to go. That's it. No, I don't want to live. Life is good, but not like that. I don't want to live by a machine. It's not, I don't believe in that. I believe in our Creator. When He wants us to come home, we shouldn't try and keep away from that. He put us here, and when He calls us home, we should obey and go home. That's how I look at it. I've seen them on dialysis when I go for my kidney checkups. I go and sneak around and look at them, and I see them in that cold room. And I said, not for me, no way. I'm not going in there. Joe Gilbert was my husband. He was on dialysis. I think 21 years he's been gone now, in June. He was in the hospital. I was there when he passed away. And he wanted me to bring him home. That time I was sitting there with my brother, his brother, a younger brother, and his wife, and me. We were sitting there visiting him. And then he said, wife, he said, take me home now. He said, I want to go home. He said, if I'm going to die, I want to die at home. I said, I had to tell him the truth then. He didn't realize that he would never make it out the door, that he would die if he didn't have that, because he was taking that thing already, keeping him alive, that machine, dialysis. He was on it for a while anyway, so when he was in the hospital. That's where he died. After I told him that, he said, life is good, wife. He said, call my doctor. So I called doctor to come. The nurses, I told them he wants this doctor. So the doctor came and he told the doctor, he said, is that right? He said, I can't go home. I won't make it out the door. I'll die. Yes, the doctor said. Well, take me off this dialysis. I can't do that, Gilbert. He said, you have to ask for it yourself. He said, I can't say you're done now. He said, it's up to you, he said. And he said, take it off. He said, I'm ready to go. He died that night. I talked about it. It was hard. Not a day goes by I don't think of my husband. He was a good man. He worked hard to look after us. I only love the one man, the father of my children. I'm not scared to go. I'm ready. I don't mind. We all got to make that journey, and we have to make it alone. Nobody can come with us. Maybe the Lord will meet us. We don't know that, though. That's why I know that's where I'm heading, to death, but I'm not afraid of it, because I know we all got to make that journey one day, and nobody can come with us, nobody can help us. We just got to go, that's it. So I'm ready anytime that I'm called home, I'll go. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I hope I see my husband on that other side. That's what I wish.